devote every second you can to finding the person responsible.
Hello world, and welcome back to the Benita Show. We are here with Corner Film Productions, and once again I'm honored by one of our local film companies to be here that came out tonight to be on the Benita Show. And we have Alan Lambert, Jeremy Croft, and Ellie Smith, who they all comprise Corner Film Productions. And Alan, yeah, all right, I like that. And Alan and Ellie are here locally, and Jeremy's from New York. So it's a pleasure to have these guys here, and they're collaborating across states to do things here in St. Louis. So welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Awesome,
Thank you.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit about, first up, Casualties of the State. I'm just going to come out the box with Casualties of the State.
I don't know, do you want to take this one?
It's a wild horse out of the box. It's still running.
Okay, yeah.
It's still running?
Yeah, we're still working on it.
Yes, we are. Yeah, it's in post-production.
Yeah, basically it is a political thriller that, kind of a little bit of backstory on where it came from. Kind of when we first started Corner, we made a kind of goofy action movie back in 2008. And I worked with
The Disc.
The Disc, Code Zero, and we all met on that film, and after that was done, we were all kind of worn out. I was like, well, I still want to keep making movies, but I don't want to do anything as large scale as The Disc was, and that even wasn't that large scale, but I was kind of wiped out because I was doing school and that as well. And I commissioned Alan to write a screenplay, kind of like a, I was like maybe 3 characters, 2 locations tops, like it would be Unity play, very tiny, small scale film. And he comes back a month, 2 later with like an epic, and it was so good I couldn't say no. But I was like, Alan, what are you doing to me?
Originally, it was derived from something inspired from a Dostoevsky story that I liked a lot. That it took me 10 years to understand. It was the Grand Inquisitor's chapter out of the Brothers Karamazov, and it took me half of my life to get it. So I thought, we'll just make like sort of this interrogation scene, and that could be the movie. And oh wait, now we need to develop these characters, and now we need to have these locations. And I said, here you go, Jeremy. And then you're like, well, now we need to have this procedural stuff because it's like FBI investigation. So okay. And then we just
kept adding locations to it. Then it's like, oh, we should do that scene at a marina. That's a great idea.
And then we should have Ellie in a helicopter.
Right.
Okay. By that point, we were our own worst enemies.
Yes.
And they kept rolling.
It just rolling ball just kept going. But it was great, and we are happy that it ended up being to the point that it was, because the story was so compelling and the characters were so compelling that giving them the space in the script to really breathe and develop was ultimately really beneficial to the story.
And we benefited from casting directors, Mike Ketcher and Eric Williams, whom you interviewed. They've teamed up and they put an outreach to the community, the St. Louis community, and a lot of actors. We interviewed, 3 dozen actors?
More than that. It was wonderful. There's a lot of good talent agencies and people who were able to come out and had an interest in the project. And I guess when we saw that and how many people kind of connected to those characters, that's when we realized that we really couldn't go back.
We had some cast instantly because we had posted all the interviews so we could look them over and see who we wanted, and there were some characters we just unanimous. That is that character, no doubt.
And crew too. Crew, awesome, local. And the vendors for rental, we hired pictures, lights. I mean, we couldn't have done it without you guys too.
Great. See, I like that. I like collaboration. That's awesome.
That's big. It was a big deal.
Yeah, a lot of help from the local St. Louis community. It was incredible.
That's what kept us going forward.
Yeah, because you had a lot of push behind you. So and that's good to see people coming together to do something like that. And I tell you, I don't know if you all remember me or not. I haven't brought it up yet, but I was the gypsy lady. You remember?
I remember.
I was there for that
one. I plugged too much stuff in my day into my day that day, and I called Ellie. I know 1,000 times. I'm coming. I'm really coming to be an extra, in your film. And I had to take off all the gypsy makeup and stuff. I'm coming from one film.
Just be the random gypsy.
Yeah, yeah, random just
Come
out
on
there
in.
taking pictures. And I'm like, I gotta get down there. I don't believe it. But I'm so glad you guys did let me get in there.
Yeah,
Did you have fun?
and you made it, and
Of
it worked
course,
really well.
yeah.
Yeah, we were happy to have you.
I was
Great.
sweating bullets, but yeah, I had a great time, and I was so impressed. It was when I got out there, Jeremy directing the reporter. You had her do that I don't know how many times, but but your precise direction was so. I was very impressed with that. I was like, look at him. He looks like he's about 12.
I know.
Right? He looks like he's about 12, but he's
Yeah.
like, okay, now I want you to do it this way. And he's doing whatever, he may be eating some crackers or something. I want you to do it this way now. And you know, he's like, I don't remember
Yeah.
eating anything, but you were like, do it this way now, do it this way. And you were just really very specific with her. And she followed your direction. And I guess she may be a little new. So, but you tweaked it until you got it just the way you wanted it. And I was like, wow, that was very impressive. And then when I went back and read more stuff about you guys, I was like, wow.
And he was like that before he went to NYU.
Was it?
I'm a perfectionist and I have OCD, so
okay, well that's good. That's
Yeah.
good. That means it was good films coming
channel
from.
it into filmmaking.
There you
Yeah.
go. We're gonna see some good films from Corner Film Productions. Then, now, do you guys go way back? I remember reading that one of your dads introduced.
His dad.
Okay,
My dad.
your dad introduced.
His mom was my professor from grad school.
Right.
So just back in '03, Jeremy was like a teenager, and I hadn't met
Yeah.
Jeremy yet. And my professor was like, "Hey, Salam, what'd you do in school?" Which segues to your other questions. And I said, in college, I did mass communications, and I, among other things, studied some film production just for fun. He said, "Really? You want to talk to my son?"
Yeah. Yep.
And then he became like little buddy, and we just
Yeah.
helping out with movies, and just with some friends, and everything was just better and better, and more meaningful and more complex the next.
Yeah.
But the very first thing was that I helped him with was one of his friends stabbing me in the neck with a needle.
Yeah, that was
spitting
our.
out blood.
Oh God, yeah. That
Okay,
was the first
okay.
film that I did, but that was. We won't talk about that.
Yeah, we don't need to. I'm just saying.
Less said
That's
about
on me.
that, the
I just
better.
me spitting out the blood. They just thought it was really cool because what does it
Blood.
taste like? Fake
Anytime
blood.
you have fake blood, everyone just on set gets excited. It's just like this wave that goes through the set.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's where it started. So
Oh, that's cool. So, how did you all make this work with New York and St. Louis? Do you do a lot of flying?
Yeah, all the time.
Okay.
I'm usually flying back and forth between St. Louis and I was in London about a year and a half ago. So it was London and St. Louis. It was a lot. But
What were you doing in London?
I was actually working at the BBC for a semester through NYU, and it was really incredible. I enjoyed it a lot, but it was the time difference was weird because we tried to do a press something over the
Teleconference.
teleconference
Oh, man.
over Skype, and the 6-hour time difference.
Yep,
was
yep.
harder.
Yep. Ellie, you have Ellie Dog Production.
Ellie's Doghouse
Ellie's
Productions,
Doghouse
right.
Production.
Right, yeah, that's mostly photography, but I also do video as well.
Okay. Now, how did you link up with these guys?
Well, I came on as part of the stunt crew for Code Zero, and I do parkour and free running, and the group that I do that with was contacted by Jeremy and Alex as to be stunt people for the movie. Not stunt doubles, but actually just characters who would be doing stunts. And I really didn't do stunts, but I said, oh, I'll come along and see how it goes. And I figured I'd come Friday, hang out Friday night, and then leave. But it was fun, and so I stuck around, and so I actually met them. I literally pulled up at Jeremy's house in my car. I'm looking on my laptop trying to find out his name because I couldn't remember what his name was. I'm like, okay, Jeremy. Show up at the door. He's clean shaven.
I
Looks
look
about
like
12.
8 years old.
Yeah.
I'm like,
now
is
you're
Jeremy
8.
here? And he's like, I'm Jeremy. I'm like, hi, I'm Ellie. And he looks at me, and I came from work, and I was wearing dress clothes and had like a skirt on, and I don't look real old myself, so we were kind of looking at each other like, really? Okay.
So where's the practical joke camera, right?
Right. Where's the camera? But then I walked in the living room and I saw they had all the equipment out, and I started asking about what cameras they were using, and then I started realizing that this actually was legitimate. And just went from there. I stuck around after I did my stunts and started taking photos, and ended up as DP on Casualties.
Yeah, it was the photos were what really sold us on having her on board as the DP, the director of photography for Casualties, because just her knack for framing and lighting and understanding, this is when you put the telephoto lens on, this is when you go in tight, this is when you go in wide. It was very cinematic, and we were really impressed by it. And we
I
decided
read that.
this is going to be our next cinematographer.
I read you said she had an eye for it, and she just was a natural.
Yeah.
I will admit though, the very first scene that we shot when I came on that weekend as stunt person, we had a fight scene that was being choreographed, and we started at about 8 in the morning.
Yeah.
And choreographed for about 2 hours, maybe 3 hours. Hadn't filmed a thing. We're just working on choreography. Finally started filming, and it was the first time I'd actually been on a film set. And I couldn't believe how many takes and how many, just different angles they had to get. And I thought, oh my God, I could never do this. But surprise, surprise,
And
actually.
a year later.
You hung in there.
And you know what? It doesn't even seem like it takes long anymore. And it's so rewarding to get that shot that looks perfect.
Until the end of the day when you look
Right.
at the clock and you realize 14 hours has gone by. But
Yeah.
until then,
Yeah.
it goes by
But you're
quick.
right. But then you're ready to do it the next day.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, the first time I admit I was like, wow.
Okay,
How can I do this? But,
Hey, you hung in there. That's good.
Yeah.
So now Casualties of the State is going to be finishing up. You guys are going to be finishing that this summer, right?
Yep, we are currently in post-production, and we kept having to kind of push it back. I was hoping to get it done by last winter, but then school happened, and I thought I could juggle finishing up at NYU with finishing up the movie, and it just was too much. So I just decided to focus all of my time now after school on getting it done. So we're aiming for sometime in the summer, wrapping with post. So.
Okay, that's good. That's good. And then you're gonna start sending it to film festivals. Is that how it's gonna
Yeah,
go?
we'll kind of see how it goes from there.
We brought on a couple assistant editors who are really helpful with this too,
Okay.
And
local talent. So.
yeah, just trying to find people who know people and using like film blogs and trying to pique interest basically.
Okay. I think it's going to do well because when I look at it, I mean, it could be a Will Smith Enemy of the State or
Right.
any enemy.
Because Ted,
I'm like, wow.
Ted brought the trailer when Ted
Yeah.
Jordan
Yeah.
did the
When he
interview
came
with him.
on,
He was
yeah.
our FBI agent, great guy, fun,
Very
hilarious,
cool
stitches.
Ted is a troublemaker.
Yes, he is.
Yeah,
tell him that all the time.
he definitely drove me up the wall sometimes, but it was
He's a
fun.
great guy.
He brought a lot.
I
to the
couldn't
project.
think of anybody else who would have been in that role.
Yeah.
I mean,
he was one of the ones that we immediately cast.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yes.
He's
Yes.
good.
That's-
Ted is good.
He's good.
I work with Ted on 2 different projects. We work with Verona Films. I'm his wife. And if you watch the interview, he's had one of his many wives. It hasn't aired yet. It's supposed to air on True TV, I believe. But we're just arguing the whole time. We're just eating each other up. Though. But anyway, that's the whole. Yeah. So Ted, yeah.
John Lewis, you also interviewed.
Yeah.
He was an agent in us.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
And Ryan Gregory helped
Yeah,
us like
there's
with
a lot
the
of-
production
there's a lot of
for
people that you
other
get to-
movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all of them, love him to death. John Lewis, he's gonna be doing some stuff with me, and Ryan Gregory, he's working with us on Just Getting By. So
That guy's got a lot of heart.
Yeah, he
literally.
does.
Yeah.
He
Literally.
just,
Yeah.
Because he's doing the movie
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, he's doing a movie.
But he's really seriously a good guy.
Yeah, he is. He's a sweetheart. And when I first met Ryan, we was hugging. We just talked. We talked like we've known each other for years. And he's a great guy. I think we have some great talent here. And,
Yeah,
and I'm so
definitely.
glad to have you guys. So glad to have you, Jeremy, join us from New York. And it's awesome. Now, anything else you want to tell the world about Casualties of the State? Any last?
About casualties. Just look for it when
What's the website? Tell us the website.
Right now we are actually upgrading our website, but it's currently cornerfilmproductions.com, www.cornerfilmproductions.com.
And we have a nice Facebook page, Corner Film. Facebook.com/Corner Film. So that's the
The
intermediary.
official one is going to be revamped very soon. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what plans do you have after Casualties of the State?
Do you want to take this?
The top
Well,
secret.
Or you? I don't know.
I can take part of it, I guess.
Yeah.
There is a we don't have firm plans set yet. However, there's going to be an investment trailer that we're going to be filming in the summer. Hopefully, we'll shoot for the summer. We're going to do casting for it, possibly to have those people actually be the cast members in the actual movie.
Okay.
It's top secret at this point. I
Okay.
can't say what it's about.
That's all right.
However, we have hopes that it'll be real big.
Something good, we know.
Yeah.
We know something good.
And we have, we're getting organized as a film production, media production company, getting some gigs here and there and do some work. And so we just got that going on too.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I had a guy on my show, Mark Pannebecker. I don't know if you saw the interview, but he founded Panther Productions, and his sole purpose is to help fund film and live acts. So he's going to have a fundraiser on the 8th of April, if I'm not mistaken. I'll correct it if I am when we edit, but called God and Gaia. And their main purpose is to help fund filmmakers and live projects. So that is a good person to know. And we're going to talk about some other things when we have our panel with Pirate Pictures and ways that we can help each other out with getting these big products to the big screen.
Yep. And in addition to the project that Ellie was talking about, I'll be going to New York in about a month to film a documentary project on Long Island for about a month and a half.
Okay.
And then I'm thinking, I'm not sure yet. People have kind of been making me question whether it's going to happen or not, but I definitely am considering either moving to LA, seeing how things go out with that, or I have friends and family who live in New York, so I might potentially go back to New York sometime in the next year or so, but it really depends on if the opportunities are there, if the jobs are there, if the money's there.
He's got the chops for either place.
It's just finding, whether or not it's going to work out. But I would love to do it. I love working in New York for the past few years. So.
Okay. Oh, wow. Don't leave us. I know. We got to do what we got to do.
We're all networked and liaison, so borders don't stop us.
Yeah.
I like that. That's right. Borders don't stop us. When you're passionate about something, and that's you break through anything. You break through those borders and just make it happen.
Yeah.
Just run with it. Just make it happen.
One more note. We worked with Corey, your videography. Corey here.
Hi,
we
Corey.
helped him out with this movie theater for a couple things.
Yeah.
Elliot, but a whole scene, a whole sequence too.
Yeah, a couple. Yeah, we did a couple.
Three.
Three.
Well, yeah, 3 total.
Thanks for slipping the plug in there, Alex.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm glad to have.
We're looking
Corey
forward to
with
seeing
us,
it.
man.
Yeah.
That is cool. Okay, well, guys, we're going to wrap up and come back at the world with a panel with Corner Film Productions and Pirate Pictures. That sounds good?
Thank you. Awesome.
Thank you all for coming on the Benita Show. I'm so honored to have y'all. And hopefully we'll have you back again to talk some more about when Casualties of the State hits the festivals and all that good stuff.
Betcha.
Sounds good. All right, y'all say bye to the world.
Bye, world.
Bye.